Hello, my name is Tenacious Earl, and welcome to October 4th, 2008. This is our game day for this day for the 2008 Super Advanced Playoffs, based off of the 2008 Phillies Super Advanced replay that I did over the last year or so. We're going to take a look real quick at the brackets and where all of the playoff series stand. There are 3 games today. We're going to take you to all 3 and show you the highlights from those. So first, here's the bracket. So we first take you to Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, where the Angels were facing elimination at the hands of the Yankees. But the Angels, they took flight in the top of the first off starter, Carl Pavano, and had something else on their mind. So Chone Figgins leads off here against Carl Pavano, righty, lefty on the mound for the Angels, but it'll be Pavano first. 6-2 batting from the left, 1-11 single. It's a 7, so Figgins reaches. They'll hold him on. Teixeira, they're going to run a hit and run here with Teixeira. And that will be a 3-5 on a B. That will be, I believe, a sacrifice. Well, no, it's a 5 on a sacrifice. Not a sacrifice, a hit and run B. That will be a single 2-star, and that is a makes it first and third for the Angels with nobody out. And that brings up Garrett Anderson, lefty starting third here, or batting in the 3 hole. Teixeira at first, Figgins at third. They're going to play infield back 4-5 lefty. Fly ball to left B, that'll be a sacrifice fly, caught by Damon, and in to score comes Figgins, and the Angels take a 1-0 lead right off the bat. Now, Vladimir Guerrero with Teixeira at first and 1 out. Righty 4-7, that's a single to left. Teixeira will hold up at second. Brings up Mike Napoli. First and second with 1 out. Potential wild pitch, but Pavano is a 0. So, righty 5-8, 1-7 single. This is a line out to third base. Caught by Rodriguez. 2 outs, Torrey Hunter. .511 righty ballpark home run for a right-handed hitter. 1-9 here on average conditions at Yankee Stadium. It is gone, and that is a 3-run home run for Torrey Hunter. And just like that, the Angels take a 4-0 lead on the Yankees in a game that where they're trying to stave off elimination. And that is a big hit for Hunter on the 5-11. So now Juan Rivera, right fielder, righty 4-8. That is another hit. 1-6 double. That'll be a single. 2 outs, and Pavano not good at holding runners. Rivera will try to take second base. That's an 8. He won't get a good lead, so that will leave it up to Brandon Wood. 1-3, grounded back to the pitcher. And that will be it, but 4 runs for the Angels, and that's the start they're looking for against Carl Pavano. We'll go. So down 4-0 with not even an inning gone by, the Yankees were facing an uphill battle. But But in the second, with 2 outs, their young second baseman, Robbie Cano, came to the plate with a runner at second with a chance to cut into that Angel lead. So, a stolen base after a ballpark single for A-Rod, 2 away, and it'll be Robinson Cano trying to get a base hit to get him in here in the bottom of the second. And 1-6, that'll be a 1-8 home run chance against the lefty. Will it go? It won't. It'll be a double, but that will score A-Rod, and that puts the Yankees to within 3. That makes it 4-1. And now Pudge Rodriguez, a chance to maybe bring in another run here. Cano still at second. They're now at second. 5-7 righty. Fly ball to center field. Underneath that is Torrey Hunter, and that will be the inning. But the Yankees do strike. They get a run on 2 hits. So that'll be a 4-1 lead for the Angels going to the top of the third. So it stayed 4-1 for a little while until the bottom of the 5th inning when that guy, Robbie Cano, got at it again to lead off the bottom of the 5th. Okay, so Robinson Cano. Ballpark home run chance for Robinson Cano. 4-1 lead for the Angels here in the bottom of the 5th. But he's got a 1-15 chance off Saunders. It is gone. That makes it 4-2. So, home run. Now the lead has been cut in half from that first inning. And that made it 4-2 as the Yankees were able to cut the lead in half by the 5th inning. Fast forward to the 7th. Starter Joe Saunders for the Angels getting a little bit winded. We will go straight and we'll show you the 7th inning where the Yankees try to put together a rally to see if they can get this game tied up. Angels will stick with Saunders for Nady, Cano, and Pudge. 1-6 off a lefty. That's going to be a 1-6 double chance. Whoa, no. Re-roll it here. It's 12. It was also over 6 the first time I rolled it when it landed on the floor, but so a single for Nady. Let's go with Scott Shields. Scott Shields will warm up here. So Robbie Cano. Nady, not much of a stolen base guy. Let's see, he'll at least see if he can get a lead here. He could potentially end up at a 1-15 if he gets a 3, and he gets it. So now he has to go. So 13, subtract 2, 11, 12, and then 11, 14, 15, 1-15 chance for Nady. And he makes it. Actually, we would have said he wasn't held on, so it's even a greater chance there. So he gets a stolen base. So my fault in the calculation. So now Cano with a runner in scoring position, nobody out. Lefty 4-3 grounder to third. It's actually Quinlan down there at third. That will be he is their only option at third base right now. So that's what they can't do anything else. So he's a 4E22 and a 4. So that will be a single, and that will be a single 2-star, which will score the 3rd run of the game, and then maybe an error on top of it with an E22 and a 17. Well, he doesn't err, but that will be a single for Cano, 3 for 3 for Robinson Cano. And now the Yankees bring it to 4-3, and that will be it for Saunders. So we'll be back with a pitching change. So Scott Shields comes in here to try and get through the 7th and keep it a 4-3 lead. The tying run is on first base and Cano, and it's going to be Pudge Rodriguez. And a potential balk. No balk for Shields, though. So, 212, grounder to second base, but that will move the runner on the C. So that is a 4-3 putout, but Cano does get to second. That will bring up Melky Cabrera. And the Yankees are going to go to their bench here. They'll bring in Brett Gardner as a pinch hitter. Against the righty Shields. So we'll see if he can find some magic here. 4-4 lefty catcher X. So let's see what happens here with Mike Napoli, a 3. 3 and a 6. That's potential passed ball. It's based on the wild pitch rating, 1-6 for Shields. And it's a 5. That will be a passed ball. Everything is going against the Angels now at this point in the game. They had stuff going their way earlier, so they're going to play with the infield in here with 1 out. And Gardner at the plate. 6'8 lefty strikes him out, and that's out number 2. Huge strikeout, and that's going to bring up Johnny Damon. Still a chance to bring that run home from third, but the infield now back and 2 away. And a potential balk. Shields, again, no balk rating, so Johnny Damon, 2-9. That's a fly ball to left. Underneath, it's going to be Anderson, and he makes the catch. And the Angels survive the 7th. An RBI single from Cano brings home Nady, but they can't get Cano in with being on first and nobody out. 4-3 Angels going to the top of the 8th. So with that opportunity to get it tied up, they did cut into it by a run to make it 4-3. It did go to the 9th, where the Angels had to bring in their closer, Francisco Rodriguez, who had already blown 2 saves. Would he do it again? Would he do it again here at Yankee Stadium? The game on the line for the Angels, down 4-3. Can the Yankees do it? We'll see. They have Giambi coming up to lead off the inning. Okay, folks, so here comes biting your nails time for Angels fans. Francisco Rodriguez, he's blown 2 saves so far. The manager sticking with him, though. Figures you rode him into the playoffs, might as well ride him the rest of the way. And he will face Giambi, Nady, and nobody off the bench is much better than Nady, although Betterment is thought. And then Cano. So here we go. Jason Giambi against K-Rod. Bottom of the 9th. Yankees need a run to tie it. 4-3 to tie it. 4-3 Angels. Can Giambi do it here? Lefty 6'5", a 1-17 double. How about that? A horrible roll. And it is a 17. A double for Giambi. And that's going to bring up Nady. They'll keep him in there. So the Angels flying by the seat of their pants. Nady at the plate. He's got Giambi at second. Nobody out. 5-6 righty strikes him out. That's out number 1. Robbie Cano, already a homer in the game. He's 3 for 3. Another one would end this series. Giambi at second. Francisco Rodriguez just trying to get an out here. 3-4 grounder to second base. That will move the runner over, but that will be the second out. So the runner will be 90 feet away. And with, I'll tell you what, with Francisco Rodriguez, that wild pitch 20 rating is looming so large right now. You do not want a 1 to come up on the D20 or else this game is tied. So Pudge Rodriguez at the plate. Giambi 90 feet away, 2 outs. Can Rodriguez get 1 more out and send this game to a 4th? Send this series to a 4th game. It is not a 1, so no wild pitch. Now can he avoid a hit or a walk? 1-5. Angels make 1 to 10 they got in the first inning hold up and a 4-3 victory. You've got to be kidding. Here at all he needs is an 11 to 20 here, and this game is over. If it's a 1 to 10, this game is tied. It is an 11. That ball game is over. It is caught. Diving play by Quinlan, and the Angels survived to play another day. The Yankees can't bring it back here at home to get that 3-0 series victory. Instead, the So what a interesting game there for the Angels staving off elimination. We now go out to Milwaukee out in the Midwest, where the Dodgers going to try and take a series lead here against the Brewers. The Brewers at home trying to do the same themselves. The series tied. The roof is closed. Kind of a not such a great weather day here in Milwaukee in October. And we're going to pick it right up off in the top of the first. The Dodgers, just like in this Angels-Yankees game, the Dodgers were motivated and got themselves out in front early. So Rafael Furcal leads off the game here for the Dodgers against Bush. Righty, he's going to be hit by a pitch on a 3-11. Furcal will try to get a good lead. Doesn't. So gives Ethier. Ethier is going to try to hit and run. Dodgers getting the runner moving early. 6-7 batting from the left side. That'll be a grounder to second X. Second baseman Ray Durham, a 4-E6. They're holding for Cal Ethier, but Ethier being a lefty. 4-3. That'll be a single. And that will be a single 2-star. So the hit and run does work. And that puts Furcal at third base. First and third, nobody out. Matt Kemp at the plate here facing David Bush. Righty 4-10. A walk to load the bases. Bush in trouble here. 1-1 series, but maybe not for long. Well, definitely won't be for long. This game, once the game's over, but Manny Ramirez, Dodgers are looking to stamp out this Brewers team 2-8. Fly ball to center field B with a question mark. They will throw into third to keep Ethier at second. That will be that'll be a sacrifice fly out to center. 1-0 Dodgers. Brings up James Loney. And with the infield back, that'll be a grounder to second, and that'll be Durham to Hardy to that's Fielder at first, and that will end the top of the first. But the Dodgers. So the Dodgers getting to Dave Bush early a little bit, just a 1-0 lead. But Hiroki Kuroda for the Dodgers pitched very well, very early on. Not too many chances for the Brewers. They did get Craig Counsell at one point to third base with 2 outs, but Prince Fielder could not come through with a hit, and so it stayed 1-0 until the 6th, and then things changed. Go to the top of the 6th, and the Dodgers put something together. Hiroki Kuroda. Facing David Bush here in the top of the 6th inning, and he strikes out to lead it off. Rafael Furcal now 1-0-1 with a hit by pitch. 2-6 double So cranks that one a nice line drive into the gap. So now for Cal. So with Bush having a high hold number, he'll try to steal third here with a lead, and he does get a lead. So it'll be 13 minus 4 is 9. Bush is plus 4, and then minus 1 for Kendall. So 9. So it's really a 1 to 12 chance to take third base with 1 out, and he gets it. So that means Ethier, a sac fly from Ethier makes it 2-0. And let's see what happens. 2-7. This would be a grounder to first. They're going to be playing the infield in here with a 1-run deficit, trying to cut off the the run that's going to put them ahead by. So 1 to 5 would be a single and would score. It's a 6. That will be a grounder to first B. They're going to come home with it with the infield in here. Well, corners in either way. It would have been infield in here. So runner at third, infield in B, 7, batter save, lead runners out. They come home with it and they get for Cal. So that is a 3-2 fielder's choice. And so now Ethier at first with 2 down, and it'll be Matt Kemp. So that is a 3-2 fielder's choice. And so now Ethier at first with 2 down, and it'll be Matt Kemp. So for Cal breaks, and so 6-7 righty. Grounder to second. Durham is a 4. And a 3, another single off of that roll. So a 3 and a 4 is a single 2-star. It's going to be first and third. So Bush needs to get Ramirez out here with the corners occupied and 2 down. So they gunned out for Cal trying to come home. And now Bush needs to get a big out here from Ramirez. 2-2, hit by pitch plus injury. That will load the bases. And that's a big injury if Manny can't keep going. Let's see what the roll says. It's a 14. Ramirez, he is over 600, so he... Okay, so we are going to have to use Juan Pierre. So Ramirez is going to be out 3 games. So this series, they're going to have to finish out the series without him. Hopefully for them, he'll be back for the championship series if they get there. So bases are loaded with 2 away, and it'll bring up James Loney. Bush is well, he is not quite weak, so he's got 2 hits this inning, and Loney at the plate. 6-12 lefty, a walk is going to bring home a run. So after all of that, Bush becomes tired now. They're going to give him one more batter, Jeff Kent. So still bases loaded, 2 outs, and it'll now be Jeff Kent at the plate. He needs to get this guy out, or else another run, at least another run. 5-9 righty, 1-13. This could be a grand salami. 5-9. Does Kent hit it out of here? And it is gone on an 11. Grand slam. That will be it for Dave Bush. He looks like he was going to get through this inning, but you put 4 on the board there. And that is an ugly inning, a crooked number, a 5 spot, 6-0 Dodgers. The Brewers are going to go to the bullpen. So, in fact, the Brewers call on Mitch Stetter here as the lefty to face DeWitt. So 6-0, nobody on now for the Dodgers. And And another 5-9 for a lefty. This time it's a strikeout, so they do close out that inning. But 5 runs, all with 2 outs, and that's a big one for the Dodgers. So a 5 spot from Los Angeles, and that did not go over well with the crowd at Miller Park. We pick it up again in the bottom of the 6th. Milwaukee did get something put together here, trying to bring themselves back. Let's see how it turned out. So Kuroda feeling pretty comfortable now with a 6-0 lead. It'll be Braun leading off. Righty 5-8. There's a potential double for Braun, and it is. So leadoff double. So, Prince Fielder, 2-9, he strikes out. Mike Cameron, well, that's leaning. We're going to have to re-roll it here. 1-7 is a 1-3, and I tell you what, that's so gutting, because a 1-10 is a ballpark home run, but instead it's going to be a 1-3 single, and that's going to be a grounder to second, which will advance the runner. But 1-9 is a home run for Cameron. 1-10 is a ballpark home run, and it was hanging between 5 and 6, and that is the cruelest of luck. Now Corey Hart. Righty 5-6. 1-19 would score a run. So a single gets home Braun. Now Jason Kendall. Hart gonna try to steal a bag here off Kuroda, but a 2 doesn't get it. So that will be Kendall. 2-5 hit by pitch. So now Kuroda was cruising, and now he is in danger of getting tired. This time the Dodgers will get somebody up and warming. They'll probably turn to Corey Wade here. So they'll bring up J.J. Hardy, first and second, 2 away. Potential wild pitch off Kuroda, 1-5. It's a 9, so 3-10, grounder to second base, and that will get him out of the inning as Kent throws to first. Well, 1 run across, so 6-1. Dodgers in the lead going to the 7th. Unfortunately, they couldn't get any more in the bottom of the 6th, and it stayed 6-1 up until the bottom of the 9th, and we will pick it up there and give you the final half inning to see if the Brewers are able to bring it back and be able to get this game back in their control. They're going up against, in the bottom of the 9th, Corey Wade. Obviously, it's a 5-run. Do they get to where they need the closer? We'll see. So, the Dodgers have a chance to give Corey Wade a save here. He's going to face the bottom of this order, J.J. Hardy leading off. Righty 4-8 strikes him out. That's 1 out. Pitcher spot, they will have Mike Rivera, the backup catcher, come out and take a shot at this one. With 1 out. Righty 5-10. Fly ball to right field. Caught by Ethier. 1 out left. It's going to be Craig Counsell. Can he get on base and keep this inning alive? 2-6 grounder to second. It's going to be Kent up with it. Sidearms it over to first. In time, that is your ball game. The Los Angeles Dodgers looked like a pitcher's duel at the beginning, but then the 6th came around and Jeff Kent takes one deep. And this game will end 6-1. Your winner will be Hiroki Kuroda. And the loss goes to Dave Bush. The save will go to Corey Wade. So the Dodgers don't need Jonathan Broxton, their closer. 1-2-3 inning, they get the Brewers out in the 9th. And that closes it out for them. And so 2-1 series lead. They'll get it resumed tomorrow at Miller Park. Brewers will be trying to take it to a Game 5 and have a reason for those plane tickets back out to Los Angeles to be worth it. But so on to this last game, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically sign it off. This just mentioning that this was a pitcher's duel up until the 7th. Jamie Moyer had a perfect game into the 5th. The Phillies end up with 2 hits through 6 innings. The Cubs 3 hits through 6 innings. Rich Harden on the mound for them pitched very well as well. But through the top of the 8th, Cubs come to the plate at Citizens Bank Park. They do get a guy on. They get 2 guys on, but Ryan Madsen is able to fight his way through it, and so they go to the bottom of the 8th, scoreless. And that's where I'm going to bring this video in. It will speak for itself. Everybody who understands the project as this that has happened this season will it will speak for itself. So I'm going to sign off. I'm not really going to give anything after the what happens here, but I'm just going to, it's pieced together. So hopefully you enjoyed this. I don't know if I'm going to do any more like this. They take a little bit of work, but I wanted to try this. It was an experiment. I wanted to see how a highlights video would go. So anyway, let's get to the final inning and a half of Cubs at Phillies. Series tied at 1. See who ends up on top. Till next time, this is Tenacious Earl, hoping you enjoy your tabletop sports, and have a great evening. So they will bring in Sean Marshall, lefty, to face Rollins, Worth, and Utley. So Rollins up first. From the right side, 5-7, a grounder to Cedeno. Cedeno up with it, 3 and 13. He gets to the ball, up with it, and an 11 and a 7. I believe he'll make the play. And he does. So Rollins retired. It'll be Jason Worth. Righty 4-10, catcher X. Catcher is Soto 2E3. 2 and 4 will be a grounder. And the E3 and a 14. And he'll convert that for the out. So now Chase Utley facing Marshall. 6-6, a 1-2 triple. That'll be a double for Utley. It's going to bring up Ryan Howard with 2 outs. A 1-5 triple on a 1-7. Could it be? Low number would score Utley and would get Lidge up and warming in the bullpen. It is a 5. That is going to be a triple for Howard. All the way around to third. It rattles around. And that puts the Phillies ahead 1-0 in the bottom of the 8th. Cubs will go to their bullpen now with Howard at third. They're going to bring in Carlos Marmol. Trying to save Marmol for a more delicate situation. And Marshall, maybe... I'll tell you what, you don't want to bring him in against a lefty. And let me see something here. Well, that 1-7 against a righty is gone, or it's just as bad. So Here we go, Marmol against Burl with 2 down and a runner at third. 2-8, grounder to short, that will end the inning. So, 1 run, Lidge gets up and is warmed up. Phillies are going to go to their bullpen here to try to close this one out. 1-0 Phillies going to the top of the ninth. So it's crunch time here. Brad Lidge in, trying to close this out. The Cubs have lefties warming up on the on-deck circle. It'll be Micah Hoffpower leading off against Brad Lidge. Can Brad Lidge get this game closed out and take a 2-1 series lead for the Phillies? Hoffpower leads off. 4-7 lefty, that's a single. The Cubs will pinch run with Felix, or PA. So, put him up there. Giovanni Soto. Well, first, PA is going to see if he can get a lead. Oh, potential balk, but so he can't get a lead. So, Soto at the plate. 1-9, that is a double to left. And that is trouble. Let's see. It's going to be 6-6. Paye. He's a 1-17, being held on 1-16. The left fielder, Bruntlett's now a +1. Bruntlett came in as a defensive sub. +1 makes him back to 1-17. They're gonna send him 1-17. Here comes the throw, and he is in. That ties the ball game. Lidge blows another save, and the go-ahead run is at second base. So actually, he goes to third. So because on the fielder's choice. So Cedeno. And a potential wild pitch, 1-16. That run's going to come home. 2-1. Lidge somehow in real life doesn't blow a save, and in this project here, he has done all but blown saves. It seemed like, or everything but getting saves. Terrio now, 2-1 lead for the Cubs. 5-10 righty. That'll be a grounder to short. Just terrible luck, really, is what it is. And now the Cubs really didn't have to go to any of their go-to hitters, pinch hitters, so they'll bring in Edmonds here. So, nobody on. 2 out, 6-6 lefty strikes him out. Couldn't get a 6-6 earlier on, but 2 runs for the Cubs, 2-1 lead. And we'll be back for the bottom of the ninth. So, bottom of the ninth, the Phillies give up the lead here on Brad Lidge. He blows another save, and it's going to be Victorino against Kerry Wood, trying to close this game out for the Cubs and take their 2-1 series lead. Defensive sub for the Cubs. They leave Edmonds in the game to play center. Fukudome moves to right. DeRosa takes second base. And Wood will bat in Cedeno's spot, in 7th in the lineup. So, here we go. Victorino leading off against Kerry Wood. 2-8, and that's a single to lead off, so that's a good start for the Phillies. It's going to bring up Pedro Feliz. They're going to go to their bench. They'll bring in Greg Dobbs. To pinch hit. Let's see, Victorino, Wood good at holding runners on, so can you really chance getting him thrown out on a stolen base? You really can't. So Dobbs, a potential double play candidate here. They're holding Victorino. They're going to hit and run here with Dobbs, so Here they go. B hit and run. B7. That's going to be a batter misses the pitch. So we have to see if Victorino gets a lead here. So if he gets a lead, he's got a chance. And it's a 2. So actually that means he doesn't get a good lead. So anyway, all of that to say, I think what this means is that he's got a... let's see, a 1, 2, and man, I looked at Dobbs 1-7, and that's not reassuring. So 14 minus 4, because he didn't get a good lead, is 10. You take off 3 and 1, so 1 to 6 chance for Victorino. It's a 13. He is caught stealing, and Dobbs is still at the plate, but that run is not on the books. 1 out now. Lefty 4-4. Fly ball to center field. It's going to be Edmonds. I did not write down these numbers. Edmonds, where is he? Oh, you know what? I also didn't... well, we've also got that problem too, don't we? Well, Darrell Ward is also in the game. We should point that out. But Edmonds must be here. So there he is. 3-E-10 out in center field. 3-E-10. And it could have been a 4, but instead it's a 14. He gets to it. E10 and 7. Any air chance? Nope. That's going to be out number 2. And it's going to be up to Carlos Ruiz. Well, they're going to pinch hit for Carlos. It's going to be Jeff Jenkins. Last chance for the Phillies here. Can Jenkins do it here? 2 away. 5-3 lefty. Grounder to first. Darrell Ward a 4-E-10. Need a low number right here. Really need a low number. And it hasn't come up all game for the Phillies. And E10 and a 13. And that, folks, is the ball game. That's unfortunate for the Phillies, but that's the way it goes. 2-1 is your final here. Chicago Cubs get the victory. The victor is going to be Carlos Marmol. Loss goes to Brad Lidge, as well as a blown save. And the save goes to Kerry Wood. So